Hey guys, it's William here, and it's another edition of the S.J. Porr Brew Challenge Reviews. I believe this is going to be number 11 for me, which means I've got about 4 or 5 more to go, and I need to get them done. Glad to have everyone here, and thank you for tuning in tonight. So let's get right to it, and before I bring out tonight's entry, just want to give a shout out to all you regular YouTubers out there and you guys out on the Brewing Network that are regularly submitting videos. My hat's off to you because I don't see how you do it. I can't seem to keep a schedule, and as if you haven't already seen, you will. I seem to stay behind on trying to get videos out and trying just to find the time for it. I had intentions of getting several videos made over the weekend. Today is Wednesday, and August 28th. So my last video was actually last Friday, which is the video just previous to this one. And I'm submitting both of these, or uploading both of them tonight on Thursday. But I had every intention of getting the Brew Challenge completed and post several videos and get all that out for you. Haven't been able to keep the schedule going. The kids started back to school last Thursday, and with that going on, and then going to see family over the weekend, it just seems that where does the time go? And then tonight, having to wait for the neighbor to finish his yard before I could come out and do the brew review. Life gets in the way. So for those of you that are doing this on a regular basis, I see already how it is it can be certainly a labor and can certainly be time consuming. So anyway, let's get on with tonight's submission. And I pulled out of the beer fridge tonight, yes, we have Hoover Homebrews, and this is Manbearpig and his, I better read it on here because the label's already, the Nefarious Degenerate, and then in parentheses, S.J. Porr Challenge Beer. So this looks like it's going to be a pretty good one. You can see it's pretty light in color. We're not dealing with a dark beer tonight. And had this that came with it. If you were a part of the Brew Challenge experiment, you probably saw this as well. But for those that may not have been a part of that, let me kind of go over the recipe ingredients he had. He used 7.2 pounds of pale malt extract, a pound of caramel, and he steeped that, and half a pound of wheat, and 1.5 pounds of maris otter, steeped all of those, and then a half a pound of flaked oats. And here's what he did on that. He said he boiled the flaked oats in a gallon of water for 10 to 15 minutes in a steeping bag in a separate cook pot, and then added the oat water to the main cook pot after steeping the grains, and brought it all to a boil before adding the pale malt extract. So he used his hops that he used was an ounce of Chinook at 60 minutes, well, and also an ounce of Willamette at 60 minutes, and then another ounce of Willamette and an ounce of Centennial hops at 15, another ounce of Centennial at 10 minutes, and then he finished it out with dry hopping with another 2 ounces of Centennial. His original gravity was 1.052, had a final gravity of 1.008. The ABV on this one is 5.64, and his IBU is at 44. So, looks like it's going to be a great job. We're going to get right into it, and keeping within the theme of one takes, and I'm going to try really hard to keep this within a reasonable time limit. And as you can see, I have, oh wow, where'd it go? Ah, there we go. Got the handy iPhone there with the timer going, and to kind of keep track of a little bit of time. So let's give this one a look. Let's pop the top on. Hopefully this one won't explode like last week. Oh, and very little carbonation to that one. And again, a nice label on there. That one's kind of, I guess, from being out here the last few minutes and going back and forth through refrigerators and stuff, we had a little bit of bleeding on the label, but a nice job there. Let's see what we got. Well, I'm getting a little carbonation bubbles to it. Let me get that up where you can kind of see a little bit better. I think we'll be okay. I was a little nervous there when I didn't get a hiss. It is carbonated. Yeah, getting a little stop right there. And we're going to let you see that bottle there a little bit closer. For those of you that were a part of the experiment, you've seen what I'm getting at. A couple things he had on here. Well, if I can read it to you. Well, Nefarious, extremely wicked or villainous, iniquitous. Very nice. Degenerate, to diminish in quality, balance, and integrity. Very nice and well done. All right. So, coming right out of the bottle, you saw that not a lot of activity there, and I'm looking at it. Of course, this is a nice golden brown color. I got a little. I think I got a few. Got to get over here where you can see it. I've got a little bit of the bottom of the beer in there, so I think that was more my fault. Oops. It might be a little hazy. It's a little starting to get a little dark out here, so that may be part of it. I am seeing some carbonation bubbles coming up. When I hold it up to the camera here, I think you can see some of that, maybe. So there is a little bit of carbonation bubbles to it. You can see a little bit of bubbles ringing around the glass here. So, we're not dealing with a flat beer, just maybe one that doesn't have a lot of carbonation to it. And that may be by design, so we'll see. And, of course, good beer doesn't always have to be carbonated, well-carbonated beer. So let's give this one a smell and a little bit of the aroma. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely smell the hops off of that. Got the Centennial. It's got a little citrus to it. I'll pick up a note of the grains on this one. Yeah, that's very nice. This is one that kind of seems like one you'd want to almost have on a hot August southern day, like today. Yeah, I'm trying to pick up what I'm catching off that. Definitely it's a citrus. Not orangey, but kind of grapefruit, but not in the way that you typically get the IPAs going, or all right, let's give it a taste. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I get a lot of hop bitter off of that. Finishes real clean. This has got oats in it, but I don't detect that that thickness that you get a lot of times with the oats, and maybe that's because instead of just thrown in with the grain bill and mash and all that, maybe putting the steeping it and having that tea, or maybe in this case porridge, but he put the oat water in there. Maybe that kind of cut down on some of that. Interesting use. I'll have to save that one for some time. Yeah, and the carbonation, when I opened it, there was no hiss to it, no smoke that came out of the bottle, nor the vapor in this, and when it poured, you noticed it poured, and there was very little carbonation that came out. But this is very nice. I mean, it's not, to me, doesn't feel like a beer that's undercarbonated. You know how they feel almost like, like a 2 liter bottle, 2 liter Coke. that you left sitting out and you didn't get the lid sealed down, and you know how it's still got some fizz to it, but you know it's got that almost that flat taste. This doesn't have that. So you know it's not like it's a it's a nearly flat or flat beer. This is pretty good. Let's swirl the glass and get the so we get a little bit of carbonation bubbles coming back up as you swirl the glass and get the beer moving. The timer back. Now we're at 10 minutes. Gotta keep moving. Yeah, I'm really impressed with the hops on this one, and the grains. You know, I taste that. You know, you get there's a good balance between the hops and the grains. I'd like to be able to pick out and be able to describe for you that one flavor that I keep picking out. Yeah, and I just can't get it. I'll think of it after I finish the video, you know, and maybe I guess that kind of comes with experience in reviewing and doing it under the gun of a time limit too. So, Hoover Homebrew, very nice, very good job. The Nefarious Degenerate S.J. Porr Challenge beer, very nice done. I like this. I'm gonna sit back and enjoy the rest of this. Again, the color, you know, you look at the color. You can see nice through it. It's a good golden color. Well, let's talk about the numbers on this one. And before I end up forgetting about it and not giving a numerical. You know, on the packaging, I like the label. You know, it's pretty straightforward, and it's also, you know, a lot of thought was put into that. I like that. So good job on that. And the beer itself, you know, although you know it almost seemed like it wasn't going to be carbonated, and you know maybe this was actually supposed to be more than what it was, but you know it doesn't feel undercarbonated, as I said before. The color's great. The aroma, you know, citrusy without being overpowering. Yeah, I like that. You know, it has a good citrus to it, but it's clean and it's balanced. Finish is nice. You know, you get that hot bitter, but then it fades, and then the grains kind of really take over as the beer warms, and also as you get the aftertaste. So you know, aroma and flavor, you know, are pretty spot on. The numerical overall, what I would probably give this one, just as the inexperienced beer reviewer that I am, you know, I'll give that disclaimer out again. You know, I put this one solid, dead in there at 7.5. This is a good beer. One I think that you can probably sit and enjoy. You know, if you like a hoppy beer, but maybe don't want something that's too hopped up, this is a good one. This is a good one to do. So. Very good recipe. I like the interesting use of the oats. That was an interesting twist, one that I had not heard of in my limited experience in brewing. So I'm going to finish this one from Hoover Homebrew, and thanks to Manbearpig. That's Manbearpig. Now I got that right. I thought maybe I said it wrong. Thanks to Manbearpig for submitting and participating in the S.J. Porr Brew Challenge. Enjoyed getting able to sample your homebrew submission, and to all the rest of the homebrewers out there that also participated. So it's a great time that we've had. Anyway, that's going to be it for me, and I'm going to sign off and finish the rest of this brew. It's getting a little dark out here as well, so the light's going to start going away. All of you, thank you for those of you that subscribe. For those of you that haven't, if you have the notion to, subscription or comments down below as you feel appropriate. And cheers to all of you, and we'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.